Hello and welcome to Direwolf20 Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is episode 17 of the Direwolf20 1.16 modpack. Alright, as you can see, I kind of have done some kind of things with this. Alright, that stuff behind is going to disappear. Obviously we're going to mine that out. So what we'll have is what we've got here, which is a hole in the floor down to the little basement of this place. We've got a whole load of crafters on top, a whole load of importers on the bottom, and then yeah, we're just going to expand down there for as long as we need it. Pulverizers, induction smelters, etc, etc. What I was thinking though was this is great for the auto crafting stuff, but I want to get into mechanism. And the reason I want to get into mechanism is because I want to treble, quadruple, and all the other good stuff, how much our ore is worth, or what we've got. So the only way to do that is to actually get into mechanism. And while that is what I do want to do next, I kind of have a little problem. Every time I log into this mod pack, so every time I come back and I log into this mod pack, we have this thing. These plugs disconnect from the energy pipes, and when we come back in, my entire ME system, my entire energy system or flux network drains because I forget that I needed to go and click those things and take them out and replace them. This is why, when you've seen in the previous videos, there's a hole in this floor, because I have to break these two and replace them, I have to break those two and replace them, and then I have to break the other two and replace them. Now I don't know whether that is due to the energy pipes or is it due to all of them. So this one has been configured for, there we go, so this one's been configured for the flux, this one there has been configured for the energy, and I'm going to log out, I'm going to log back in, so we're going to save and quit, we're going to go back in, and I'll show you exactly what the issue that I'm having is. And it's it is a first world problem. I mean, it's alright, it's just you got to remember to do it, and it kind of annoys you. It's more annoying than anything else really. If I have this, so when I connect it directly to the builder, it doesn't happen. So I don't know whether it's the actual energy pipe or whether it's the flux points or plugs or whatever. So this little test with the energy conduit from Powah, if that works, then what we need to do is we need to increase, or we need to get into Powah, basically. Get some really good level energy cables and then replace all the energy cables in our network. Which is no mean feat, because at the moment there's quite a bit. However, there you go, look, that is still connected. That is still connected, that one is not connected. Now it's connected. Is that one working? Yeah, input, right. See, what happens is, you see, these aren't connected because the system is still draining. Now it's not, now it's on a positive. Over here, obviously we've got these things, I mean these ones don't always disconnect. You can see the little bars, so they're still connected. However, these ones disconnected. So what we're going to have to do is get into Powah. Now this is a basic energy conduit, which the basics transfer 1.4k, which is not good because this thing is now producing 120 RF a tick. So 10 of these and we've got it, and we've got what 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, you have 16 of them. So we really need the upgraded Powah. Now there are a couple of things that we can do, and I've been playing around with this for a little while, and I've built a couple of little pylon things from Powah just to see how difficult it was. And the energizing orb is the energizing orb basically acts like I don't know, I can't remember what the thing's called. It's there was a mod, or there is a mod, that does energized fuel. Oh god, actually additions? Yeah, actually additions. So they have the same kind of setup where you put like the little energized platforms around it, they fill up with energy, and then they put the energy into the center one, and that creates like additional items. It's the same deal with this, the energizing orb. So basically you put this one down, and then whatever you put down or put in it is whatever it kind of energizes it and then throws out something else. So you can see you've got energized steel, which is iron and gold, and you've got nitro crystals and, you know, charged snowballs. That's kind of funny. Yeah, niotic crystals, spirited crystals, so emeralds and diamonds, and then you got this thing which is an ender core, a blazing crystal, and another blazing. Oh, you can do it two ways. But yeah, it takes obviously different amounts of power for each thing. 10,000 FE is the smallest one, and then you've got these ones which have a maximum stored energy and a maximum transfer of energy, so that it basically crafts it the quickest. Now we have these ones, the starters, which is a block of lavender, which is, you know, not too shabby. However, this thing will probably, yeah, there we go. So then you've got the blazing capacitor, which means you need blazing crystals to create those. So we need to automate some of this stuff. And what better way to do that than automating it here? So what we're going to do is we are going to update. So I've got a couple of these recipes in the system already, okay, as you can see. I've already started to put some of these in the system. So we've got the basic stuff for a hardened capacitor, which gives us, I think this is the starter one. I think it's the starter one. It gives us, yeah, the hardened capacitor gives us a starter one, and then the starter one requires so the blazing one, also the hardened, yeah, no, basic, hardened. So if you put a basic one in here, you get the hardened. If you use the hardened one with a block of quartz, blazing capacitor, and a dielectric, then you get the blazing. If you go for the blazing, you put the blazing in there, then you can get the niotic. So we'd need to craft the items for the niotic in there. And there are other ones. So with these ones here, you can see that the hardened capacitor is actually used energized steel, and energized steel is created using that whole system. So you put it into this little energizing thing, and then out pops that. So what we're going to do is we are going to set it up, hopefully. Now this is a real hopeful, because I'm seriously hoping that this will work, because what I want is to be able to craft all these tiers. Alright, eventually, I mean not right now, but I do want the energy cables, because I think the energy cables, even if we got to this level, the blazing level, 18,000 FE a tick is pretty decent. 40 for niotic is even better. So if we can get as many of these done as possible, then I would be quite happy. So what we need to do is we need to grab these recipes here, because these are the ones that are actually in the energizing orb, right? So these are the ones that you use for the energizing orb. So we click on the energizing orb, we'll click this, and because we have refined storage, it's pretty awesome. You know, it's going to do exactly the same thing as we did with the induction smelter and the dissolution chamber. That's hopefully, right? So what we should be able to do now, we've got blaze rods because we've got a blaze farm, essentially. I mean, it's not a blaze farm, it's just a spawner inside a room where we just knock the crap out of things. But technically it's a blaze farm. We can do niotic crystals because we've got diamonds. We can also do this level, which is the spirited crystal level, because we have a ton, and I mean a ton, of emeralds, which is pretty awesome. Nitro, yeah, we need Nether Stars, so we're going to have to build a wither farm for that, which is, you know, I don't mind. If we can get to the Niotic level, or the spirited level even, because the spirited level requires spirited crystal, which is emerald. If we can get to spirited, so if we go back to the Powah and go Niotic and spirited, that's 90,000 FE a tick. Now, I ain't going to complain with that. No way am I going to be complaining about that. That's a pretty decent amount. So, next thing, we've got the basic capacitor, we've got the basic capacitor large, which we do have in the system. You can see that basic capacitor large in the system. The basic capacitor is done. So the hardened capacitor we've got here. There's the hardened one. This is the blazing capacitor. So we're definitely going to need one of these. So if we click, so we need the hardened one, which we've already got. We need the blazing one to be put, what really? I'm out of space. Let me just chuck that up there. So we need to put that in the system. So we'll shove that up there. Then if we go back to Powah, where are we? Next page. Right, so we've got the blazing one in the system now, which is this one. We need the Niotic, and we also need the spirited. So let's take that and put that. These, when you break them, they don't stack, which is kind of annoying, but you know, not that bad. Not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Right, we could put the nitro capacitor one into the system just for when we're ready, which I will do because it's complete. It's, you know, it's basically complete, and we don't need to worry about that one. All right, so we can get all the way up to spirited. Now let's check, see how many emeralds we actually do have, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, we got quite a few. So that's, thank you very much, Mining World. So yeah, this thing is continuously just generating stuff. I mean, I'm voiding a lot of this, but that's the reason why we've got so much crap. I mean, look at it. We've got 4,500 nether quartz. I mean, we're not going to run out that quickly, are we? Every now and then, I need to automate this process, but to be honest, it, you know, doesn't take a few seconds to do that. But we got 1.8 thousand mystical flowers, for Christ's sake. When are we going to need that? The only issue that I've got is the ore. So did I turn it off? Yes, I did. Right. So the last episode, I turned off the automatic ore processing because we're only getting doubling, right? So we're using the pulverizer into the furnace. We really should be using mechanism to do at least 3 or maybe even 4 times the amount. So we'll get into that. All right, so here we are. Let's go and try and set up our... We're going to go over here, and then we're going to go down a level. So we're in the underground. Actually, I don't really want to be on the underground because I think this thing will look quite cool. So I'm going to put it down the end here. This is the middle. We're going to put it here. Let's put it here. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to need is we're obviously going to need a crafter. And we're going to need a decent speed crafter. Now we've got the diamond crafter, we've got an iron, we've got a gold. How much is the netherite crafter? Yeah, way too expensive. Okay, so we're going to go with the diamond crafter, and we can't because we don't have enough diamonds. So we'll go with the gold crafter then, shall we? I'm going to find a way to get more diamonds. The quarries are good, but they're just a little bit slow. I think they just need a bit more power. Speed them up a bit. But, you know, we'll get around to that. So, once this crafter has been built, I'm going to put a piece of glass in... I'm actually going to drop down first. And then I'm going to put a piece of glass, and then I'm going to remember that I shouldn't have dropped down because I needed to place this block on top. Idiot. Alright, so I'm going to place this block on the top here, and then I'm going to go back downstairs, and most of this stuff will be done underneath. There is a little bit that will be, you know, we need to put the pylons on top. So let's break that, and then let's see if our crafter is been done. There's the gold crafter. Right. Now, here's where it's going to get tricky. Where did I put my wrench for this thing? There we are. Alright. So I think that's up. So we put our stuff in here. We can then link this up to the network, right? Because, well, that's what's going to be needed. Now I might have to break the floor and go a little bit sideways, you know, kind of to try and export the stuff. I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case. I don't really want to do that. The book for Powah is here. So let's have a look at the, you know, if you want to craft the book, it's not that bad to craft. It's down here. It's just one of those dielectric paste, which is this recipe or this recipe. Obviously this recipe is good because it gets you 24, that one only gets you 16, but still, you know, it's not a bad recipe. So in here you've got the generators, the storage and transfer, etc., and then functional blocks, which are player transmitters, energizer hopper, energy discharging, energy cables, ender gates, etc., etc. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I haven't really touched on, batteries and binding cards and, you know, cross knows what else. So lots of stuff that I haven't touched, but we are going to do the energizing. So as you can see, the energizing orb is used to energize items. It requires at least one energizing rod in a range of 9 by 9 to work. The energizing speed depends on the amount of rods and also the tier. The orb does not require energy, but the rods must be placed on cables or any forged energy block to work. When placing the orb, it will automatically. Also, you can use a wrench to relink them. Okay, that's kind of cool. So the energizing rod's a starter, then that's cool, and then you go up the tiers. So it needs to be in a 9 by 9, which is great for us because this is the middle of the 9 by 9. So we should be able to go out here and do kind of like this, because I don't want it right next to it. I want to be able to see the power cables. I know, yes, it's going to be automated, but I want to see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that, and then we obviously need to put power cables in place. Now the only energy cables or power cables that I've got right now are the basic ones, so we're going to shove the basic ones in for the time being, and we're going to use the little roddy bits that we have to do that. And I'm going to shove the plug on the bottom. Then I'm going to go back upstairs and we'll do the rest of this, or we'll say the rest of it, we'll do a lot of this up here, because these rods only require power. That's all they require. So we might even make them pretty and put some blocks and stuff, or put this up higher, and, you know, I don't know, we'll see about prettying it once we've got a decent setup, because once it works we can play around with it to make it look good. That's the plan. Alright, so we've got power going to these things. These things are already fully charged, which is awesome. We've got this thing, so now okay, I kind of screwed up that 9 by 9, didn't I? It doesn't matter, because yeah, it just doesn't matter. Not right now. We'll just make sure that it works first. Right, so for power, so if I put that out, power, we need to craft the next tier up of the energizing rod. So the next tier up, so we go from starter to basic, basic to hardened, hardened to blazing. So we need the blazing capacitors. So we need 2 blazing capacitors, which means we need blazing crystals, which is those. So if we do blazing, And we say we need 2 of those. Okay, it's missing the blazing crystals. Did I not teach it blazing crystals? Oh, I know what I didn't do. Link up the bloody ME network. That might help. So that, oh no, that is linked. What the hell? Oh, it's not powered though. There's something not quite right with the link. Alright, so that's power. There's no power. So let's go down here and see where that goes. Alright. Is that the problem? Could that be the problem? Let's break that and put one of the cables in place, and then we will put that back on, but on here instead with those 4 in. Alright, let's go see if that works. There we go, that worked. Alright, so yeah, it does matter how you link these things together. There we go. Alright, so now if we request the blazing, we'll just do 1 for the start. If we request that, ooh, how many blaze rods did that put in there? How many blaze rods did 4 went in? See, it doesn't work unless you've just got 1. It's the same thing as actual additions. Alright. So we can't link it directly to the crafter. Alright. We can't link it to the crafter. So we've got to come up with another solution. So I'm thinking we don't link it to the crafter there. We put it into a chest maybe. And then we've got to try and get it out of the chest. 1 by 1. This is going to require a little bit more thought, isn't it? Because this is going to be a pain. There's no Ender IO in the pack, which is what I would normally use. There isn't any Ender IO, is there? No. Okay, so we need to be smarter. We need a round robin, which we need a pipe, so an item pipe of some sort. Item user, maybe? No. XNet? XNet could do it, couldn't it? That would require a lot of playing around with. An item router. Modular routers. I've never played with that, so that might be an option. What's these bins? Basic item pipe. So that one, tier 1 does nothing. Tier 2 does redstone and exact. Okay, so that does routing, filter. Alright, that might work. 12 filter slots, 15 filter slots. We've got these, haven't we? Sure that we've got these. Extractor attachments. Yeah, there. Let's get one of those. And some pipes. Improved item, find advanced. Yeah, let's do 4 of those. Alright. I've got an item user in there as well, that's cool. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is obviously make this thing just a little bit weirder. So we're going to work with a chest on the ground, because the chest on the ground is easier for me to try and connect. I want to try and work out exactly what we can do. What are those? Sky scan chest. Yeah, because I need to route these things properly. So we're going to put the chest here, and then we'll move everything when we have it all set up. So we'll put that there. So everything will feed into this chest, which, yeah, and then we need to do like a round robin type thing. So that will go into the chest. The items will be requested, they will go into the chest, and then come back out. Yeah? So blazing, for instance, we've got enough blaze rods to play with this, so that's fine. So blazing one of these, we just start. It's missing 4. Why is it missing 4? Oh, because I haven't put the bloody things back in the thing. Alright, so blazing, so we'll go blazing. So it's missing 4 of those. So every one of these we will create 4 of those. So it puts 4 into the chest. Alright. So now what we need it to do is 1 at a time. So if we take that thing, and then we'll put that down here. So we need to get 1 item in, have it craft it, and then put another, like take the item out. So we'll put that down there, and we'll put that on. We won't put it on that side because, yeah, why not? These are a bit finicky. Yeah, see, that takes all 4. Ooh, this does 1 at a time. So let's select that as 1 at a time. Blacklist on nearest first. Alright, so if we take those out and put, yeah, see, it still does it. Hang on. You can only work when the redstone is low, which means we need to basically just see whether there's something in here. So, what we could do. Right, so, yeah. That's not a bad idea. Alright, so we need another item. We've got item stuff. We need another extractor pipe thing. So we'll go with the elite one. Alright, so now we'll put these 2 down here. We need another chest. Like so. And then here we'll put that, and we'll say this one is,
sorry, I'm not sure,
always on. Routes to the nearest. It's a whitelist of these things. So now if one goes in, it will sit there until it, yeah, so it won't come out until that one's been energized. So if that's been energized, let's see. Yeah, see, we still have the same problem that they just keep coming in. Right. This should be set to redstone high. One at a time. So if we put those in there, they're not going to move now. Now, a block update. Wonder if there's a block update. So a, what do you call it? One of those, what is it? One of the ones that watches to see whether there's been a change. I can't remember what it's called. It's something like this, but it's not that. It's not that one either. Damn it. There we are, the observer. Right, okay. That's so stupid, I couldn't remember what it was. Right, so the observer, if we get a couple of those and some redstone, right. When this block updates, does it send out a redstone signal? I can't see. There's nothing there. No. Have I got it the wrong way around? No, I don't think I have. Does this one update with a redstone signal if I turn this off? No. Have I got these around the wrong way? Possibly. Okay, that's annoying. Is there anything? See, that might work. The item user, maybe the item user will work. Maybe the item user will work. And hear me out on this. If I set it so that there's a pulse of redstone, so the item user places something down, there's a pulse of redstone, or it just continues to place stuff down. Let's clear up this stuff. Yeah, try not to break the floor. Alright, let's see. So we place the item user here. Tick delay, there we go. So there is a tick delay. So whenever stuff comes in, we can set it to a tick delay of 30 ticks. Yeah, it's always on. We put those in there. So as soon as it comes in, there's a delay, right? Oh, it needs power. Alright, let's destroy upstairs because, well, upstairs isn't going to work right now. Alright. So we've got our power back, we've got the flux point. No freaking inventory space yet again. Alright, so we've got the item places, so we've got that there. So we don't actually need this at the moment, or this. Oh no, we need that. We need that. That was stupid. We do need that. What else can we place down right now? We can do some power cables, so we will need that, but we could probably go through the floor for that one. We're going to need power there, and then we can go around the outside for these things, which is fine. So we'll put a couple of these on there. Now I'm hoping that you can't place something in something if it started working already. Yeah? So that's what I'm hoping for. Now let's put the flux plug on the network, and that should be powered, and it's put it in there. Ah. Yeah, there you go. So it can. That makes it a lot more difficult. Because even though it's started, okay. Alright, so I've mucked around with the thing, and I've worked out that a comparator will basically turn on if there's something in there. So I'm going to get a comparator, because I don't know where mine went. So we're going to grab another comparator. So basically the little square will activate if there's something in there. So that means that these crafters have a little function over here for redstone signal. Now I'm wondering whether we could get that redstone signal to be transferred. Now I know Cyclic has a wireless, I know there's a couple of wireless redstones. These ones seem to be relatively straightforward. I mean, it's a crystallized amber for that one and a bone block for that one. So this one we can do, and you get 4 of them, which is pretty decent. You only get 1 of these though. So if we go and have a look at this, we need a fire charge, a block of redstone, and some gold. So the rest of the items we don't have either. So we need 4 bone blocks. What else do we need? We need 4 of those. Now, did I put redstone stuff in? I did. So we can make 4 of those. That will knock those ones out. And then all we need now is the fire charge, the redstone block, and gold. So I've got, so let's get 4 of them, because we do need them in the future, I'm guessing. So fire charge, do we have any fire charges? We've got to have fire charges. We have 1. Oh crap. Do we have any more? Oh, we can craft them. Blaze rods into blaze powder. So let's get some blaze. There we go. So we can craft a couple more of them. Right. So let's get 4 of those, and then what was the last? It was gold, wasn't it? So let's get some gold. And let's get a stack plus 4. And what we're going to do is we're just going to get a couple more stacks. There we go. So we want 4 now, and then we want some iron, which we've got tons of. So we'll get a stack of iron. Alright, so we've got a couple of bits and pieces now. So if we go over to here and we put in 1 fire charge, 1 gold, 1 block of redstone. It needs to be in the right order. Okay, that's that one. So 1 fire charge, 1 block, 1 gold. Okay, that's our 2. Can we put 2 in there? We can. Yeah, cool. Alright, so we can put multiples in there, that's good. So the solidification chamber we could actually automate as well. I'm pretty sure we could automate it. So that's kind of cool. But at the moment we don't need to, so we're going to leave that at the moment. Cyclic is cool, but we're not really into it in a massive way. So where's the wireless? There we go, there's the wireless. So we'll get one of those and we'll put those 3 back in the system so that we've got them in there. Now these things are quite cool. Wireless, transmit wireless redstone to any compatible block. Receives a wireless redstone from a transmitter. Now in here I'm pretty sure that you have to have like a transmission card type deal. It's a wireless something or other. Or at least that's what it was a long time ago. Maybe I'm going insane, but that's what it was before. You had to have something in here to connect them. Let's just place it down, I suppose. Yeah. So you had to have one of these things, which I can't remember what they're called. There it is. So GPS data card. Saves the location of the block, and then yeah, so it saves the location of this block and transmits it from here to there. So we need a GPS card. And you can have multiple of those for the same block, so I mean that would be quite cool. Alright, so what we got? We got carbon paper, which... charcoal? Really? It doesn't accept anything else. Okay, fair enough. Charcoal and paper, so let's get some wood and get some paper because, well, you know, why not? Right, so let's start the paper on this thing. There we go. Right, so we'll put that in there and we'll get some charcoal cooked up. It shouldn't take too long. We only need 1 card, so it's not like it's going to be a massive amount. So we've got that. So now on the GPS card, wherever I left it, GPS, there we are. We need some iron nuggets and some blue dye, which we're out of iron nuggets. So let's get some iron. Change those into nuggets. Put those in there. Okay, so we've got 4 cards. That's not a bad recipe actually. That's actually pretty decent. You get quite a lot for your, like, for the items that you have in Cyclic, and it's kind of cool. So what we should be able to do now, obviously I've moved it up here because I kept having to go back downstairs. So what we should be able to do now, it's off center. For Christ's sake. Okay, what we should be able to do now is go back and recenter it all and make it all pretty. That's so annoying. And do you know what is so annoying as well? Is I have 2 elevators. Why don't I just put like an elevator in the middle just here and here, so that I don't have to keep running all the way to the end to go back to it. Right, the center is here, and stupidly I put the center elsewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this little guy. I'm going to move that and that, and we are going to put the blocks in place because we are stupid, but we're not that stupid. So we're going to move and place, where is it? There it is. We're going to move and place this little guy on this one, which is in the center because I want it in the center. That one will have to move across, and we'll have to destroy those and put some blocks in there to fill that up. And then what we need to do is we need to fill this 3 up and destroy these ones to give us that 9 by 9. Alright, so that's not too bad. It, you know, it stupid, but not as stupid as we could have been. Right, okay. So here we will put on top, we'll put our crusher, our crafter, sorry, and we'll put that on there, so that will be fine. We will need to have the repeater, not the repeater, sorry, the comparator somewhere. So if we clear the inventory and get these things back on. Now obviously these things are going to be upgraded as we go along, but for the moment we need to set this one to redstone post inserts. Oh, that's cool. I like that bit. Alright, so we've got a comparator. So let's do this way, because we're going to have to lose some... Oh, that's not right. That's the other way. That way. That way around, right? So when something goes in there, it will go red. The wireless transmitter goes in there. The GPS card obviously would be for the other things. So this thing goes on there. Now if I remember rightly, you take a GPS card and you shift right click, yeah, there we go, and then you put it into here. So every time this receives a signal, that dumps a signal. Now that will dump the items out there, which should be good. Now we obviously need to bring up the ME cable, which I'm guessing would come up here, because we've already made a bloody mess. We might as well just bring it up here. So let's do that. Now if we go downstairs, we can destroy the stupidity that was before, like so, and then run that to there. We need to go under this block, because what we will need to do is import the items into the system once we're done. So we will set this to whitelist only, and only take, for instance, energized steel. So energized steel is the one that we've got at the moment. There's another one, so let's go and have a look at Powah. And what else did we make? We made a blazing crystal. Now did we make a blazing crystal? I'm pretty sure we did, but we might have put it somewhere else. Or did we? I don't actually know if we made one. Not good. Blazing crystal? No, we didn't. Alright, well, we'll make some and then we'll sort that out. So now we should be getting power. So we've got power. We've got all of that hooked up. Now, will it work? That gets fed. That sends a redstone pulse. Is it that way around? Does it? Should it send a pulse? Or should it be unlocks auto crafting? See, I would have said next set. That's what I would have said. You know what? There's only one way that we can test this, and let's go to power, and let's take out the energized stuff, because I've made some because I didn't think we would be able to auto craft it, and let's just start one. All right, that puts it in there. That gets crafting. Sweet. So when there's something in there, it energizes a redstone signal. Now if it keeps the redstone signal, is that the right one? Inserts the next set. I don't know. We're gonna, let's do let's do 2. So that makes 2. Okay. Right, let's do 2 lots. That's the first lot. Gets crafted. Yeah, see, then it doesn't do the second lot. Where's the crafting monitor? It's the wireless grid. Is the crafting monitor in the crafting system? We do need a crafting monitor at the moment, because I need to monitor whether that has actually been done or not. So let's get a crafting monitor. See, I'm sure I had a wireless crafting monitor, but yeah, never mind. It'll be somewhere. Alright, so let's stick that on here. Yeah, see, we've still got stuff to process. Alright. How much stuff have we got? How many at Powah? See, we've got 2 ingots there. So I think it's every 2. So if we want 3, that will be 2 lots, right? So that's the first lot. That's the second lot. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that is cool. All right, that's exactly what we needed it to do. So yeah, all right, I'm happy with that. It looks ugly as sin, but it works. So I don't care. I don't care how ugly it looks. That is fucking awesome. All right, that's cool. All right, next. So the next one in the sequence would obviously be 1 blaze rod equals 1 blazing crystal. So let's see if we can get... We have got 1 blazing crystal. Right, okay. So let's see if we can get 3 of those. So that's the first one. Because these take a lot longer. Obviously we need a lot more of these things. We need to upgrade these things. We really do. Alright, so that's on 90. Yeah, so that's the first one. Oh, I haven't whitelisted it. So let's whitelist that. Like so. The next one should be started crafting by the time we're up the ass. Alright, it's slow, but it works. That is awesome. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy now. Little bit more involved with the auto crafting than I would have liked, but the fact that these machines, which I didn't realize, these machines have a redstone pulse inserts next set, especially for this, is just awesome. That is one of the best things that I think has been added to, you know, yeah. I mean, this is extra storage. I don't know if they're done on the normal crafters. Let's get a normal crafter. In fact, actually, I know where loads of normal crafters are. They're behind here. I wonder if that was added to just that extras mod, or whether it was added to the default. Redstone off unlocks after auto or lock. No, it's the same. Oh, that is so cool. I remember when you had to do some mad Ender IO to get these kind of things to work, but that is just brilliant. Alright, so you can literally put this somewhere else, dump into a chest, and then get it to just do 1 set until something's crafted, and then, oh, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay. That has been quite a long episode just to do this thing. So what I'm going to do is the following. We know we need the next tier up. So we need the starter, we need the basic, so we need the next one, which is hardened. Now hardened obviously uses energized things, which is fine because we actually have some now. And we can make more, which is awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade these. Now obviously the next tier up is going to be... where are we? It's going to be this, which is the Aniotic crystals, and then obviously the spirited crystal. Now we need a lot more diamonds for this, so diamond is going to be. However, I think it's worth it, because at the moment our base is just dying from power, because every time I log back into the system it's draining it so much that I just run out. So the connection stays with the power mod, and I think upgrading the base to a decent tier like the spirited level would be good, and also upgrading these to the spirited level would be absolutely brilliant. That would go a lot faster for the auto crafting, so I'm going to do that. So between this episode and the next, I'm going to upgrade this system and also start on upgrading the Powah. It's going to take a little while, so yeah, it's just a case of breaking all the existing cables and putting all the new ones in place. So yeah, I think we'll do that. But anyway, that's the end for this episode. We now can auto craft Powah, so energy items is not going to be a problem. Yeah, that is cool. That is very, very cool. Alright, I've been Syntosis. You've been awesome. Laters.